a Thursday, Thursday, 2026, and we're going to kick off 2026 mobile fishing live stream in real life, IRL. And I'm going to start off 2026 with the 2-weight CGR and the 2-3 weight Echo Ion fly reel, going light. And I put on the Crackleback variant 1 saddle hackle fly, and we'll see if we can get something on here. The other day we saw the bass kind of stacked up over there in the feeder creek, right where the water was going into the back pond. But we're starting off over here in the main pond, kind of overcast. It's 72 degrees with a light breeze, and it was warmer earlier, but looks like it got a little chilly now with the overcast. Still saying 72. Hoping I can maybe start 2026 with a fishy on day one. So let's just work it, and I'm just gonna work it quickly, see if I can locate them like the other day where it just pretty much went to all the different ponds and finally found them over there in the back pond. And I would go out over there first, but I kind of want to just take it easy and see what the rest of the pond is, because this is about the second day now that this front is now past. Warmer weather came on us, so hoping that maybe the bass and bluegill are now back into their normal pattern, coming out into open part of the lake instead of just that feeder creek. So let's just see what happens here. And I'm just going to keep the line casting fairly short, mainly just kind of working it on the edges here. And I'm using that 1 saddle hackle crystalback variant, mainly because it has a slow sink rate, so it stays just under the water surface and stays in that money zone where I'm hoping that the fish are wanting to strike. Okay, and as I'm working the area, I'm gonna keep an eye out for any fish activity. The other day when I came out, there was hardly any fish activity till I got to the back pond, and at that point they were there, but they weren't wanting to strike, so kind of a bummer there. Let's go and work out this area real quick and see what happens. Well, 2-weight fiberglass CGR rod, and something just swiped it. Let's go back over there again. Okay, had a swipe. Let's see if we can convince them to hit. I'm using a size 8 hook, so those little bluegill start popping at it. It may be hit or miss when it comes to hooking up with them. Okay, but I'm mainly targeting the bass that I saw the other day in the area. They were definitely in the area. Howdy, howdy. I hope that catch something. All right, appreciate it. Usually I'm at least able to get at least one, if not more, when I come out with the right gear and find the pattern. At this point, we're just kind of finding a pattern. Okay. All right, and this whole area is, oh, there we go. You seen that? Came up right behind it and kind of looked at it. See if he'll do it again. Came up right behind it, like a little wake. So let's see if we can convince him to come back and hit it. Wow, I didn't get a glimpse of him, but he certainly looked bigger than some of those little fingerling bass that we were getting the other day. All right, come on. Let's see it. Nope. All right, let's try it again. I'll just do these short pull retrieves and again look for that telltale of a fish coming up behind it. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see it. Okay. No movement yet. So far I had one trail behind it, but was not sure what it was. But I suspect it was a bass. Oh, there's a hit. Shoot. What was that? That definitely looked like a bass. Size 8 hook. Maybe a stop and go retrieve here. There he goes. Got him. Okay. There we go. Having fun on a little 2-weight, and that's always fun. And going with that size 8 hook, maybe I might keep the smaller bluegill away. All right, first fish for 2026 is going to be Mr. Bass. I'm using a size 2-pound tippet right now, so I gotta be very careful and see if I can use this proof ball to get an AI measurement later on. So let's go and get a money zone shot of this guy here so I can get it later. All right, the proof ball, and then I brought my forceps so I can get this guy out, and I'll show you what fly I'm using. Very simple tie. I've done a demo of it in the past. It's a, I call it a crystalback variant because it's technically a crystalback, but not. And that I'm just using the tying thread, a streamer hook, and a saddle hackle that's Palmer wrapped on there. Hi, how's it going, everyone? Happy New Year, 2026. Looks like we got some folks joining. All right, well, caught something right there. Let's see if we can coax another one to strike. And the other day, I got very little activity in these parts of the other parts of the pond other than by that feeder creek. Everything was kind of, well, we were just getting over that one front, so the pattern was pretty slower than normal. But now we've got a little warming trend going. It's 72 degrees. So let's see if we coax another one of these guys that might be lurking here in the shallows. And so I'm just going to slowly work my way across. That last one hit as it was sitting still. And again, I'm using this particular fly that tends to stay on the upper part of the water surface. So let's see if we can get another one to strike here in a moment. I do like the ability of it to kind of hover, sort of like suspend. All right, and I've got the polarized glasses so I can see possibly a fish or two coming up behind it. And I am using this little 2-weight fiberglass rod that has a very slow action, so I have to wait on that back cast more than I normally do with my faster action graphites. But it certainly is a fun rod to play around with. It's a little 7.5 foot, 7.5 foot, 2-weight, and it has definitely been a fun one that I've used off and on throughout the years. 3-piece, so it does fold up nicely and compact in the pickup. All right, tight lines. All right, awesome. Yep, definitely like to have some of these tight lines here. All right, let's keep working it. Okay, I'm sticking with this kind of short pull retrieve as well as pausing. Okay, let's take it back out here. That last one hit further out from shore, but I'm going to continue to work the whole retrieve and just kind of see where it takes us. Okay. All right. Come on, Mr. Fishy. Let's see it. Okay. All right. Let's pop it out this way. Got to watch behind me because a lot of folks come out here to walk and ride their bikes. I got to make sure I clear my back cast so I don't hook into anybody by accident. I did come out here the other day with some trout magnets and some ultralight bait casting gear. That was certainly fun. But today I felt like a fly rod. Let's see if we can get another one of these guys sweeping in on it. No. Okay, I'm gonna take it over here by these trees, or by the tree right over here. Okay, I'm not seeing much movement yet. I'm gonna pop it in closer. Sometimes I'll be able to coax one to come out of the cypress knees, those little nodule looking things over there that go into the water. If I can just stay away from getting hooked. Okay. All right, let's pop it out again. Oh, something just came up behind it. He stopped. All right, I'm gonna take out some more line, see if I can get a further cast. Give me a second here, I gotta give it a little, there we go. All right, let's see if he's coming up behind it. No, I'm not seeing anything yet, but we'll keep working it. Let me take up some of this line, don't need that much. Okay, howdy, how's it going? Looking to get fish number 2 for second fish in 2026. First fish was a little bass. Let's see if we can get a second fish using this particular setup I've got. 2-weight fiberglass fly rod. Okay, a little twitch action at the end. Maybe get them to get excited and strike. Let's see, no movement there. We'll keep working it. Someone left their scissor down here by accident, I guess. Oh, there's a hit. Oh, he stopped. Shoot, pop it back out there. See if he'll hit it again. Sometimes you get that first strike and cast back again, you'll get a second chance at them. Okay, may not be in this case, but here, let's go ahead and cast again. Just a short pulls. Let's see if that does it. No, bummer. Okay, I believe in Joe Handy. I'm not sure what that means. All right, let's pop it out. See if one will come out and hit it a little bit further out. Okay, no takers there. Let's pop it out this way. Go grab this scissor. Kind of weird that it's just sitting there. All right, well, it's from Rapala. Let's go put it in the pocket here. All right, what do we got here? Message retracted. All right, let's keep going. See if we can coax another one of these basilitos to strike. We work it a little bit faster. Yeah, I tend to have to do a lot more loading of the rod with this little fiberglass setup. So I kind of push forward and kind of load the rod like so, going forward, and then I'll go forward, back, and then back out again. It kind of helps me get the line speed going, especially on this short rod. What is this thing? Oh wow, it's a 6'2" rod. So it's definitely a short rod, but it casts well. I like it. It's a fun rod. I do keep the 6-weight handy just in case I need to get into some water that requires some heavier gear. That one I also have the OPST commando head on it, so it gives me a chance to do some. Oh, there's a hit right there. He took it. Little guy. Shoot, a little bass came over there, started mouthing it, and I didn't really see the strike. I saw the mouth open, a little whiteness in the murkiness, and he hit it, came up right behind it. Actually hit it a couple times. Wow, okay. A lot more action compared to yesterday. Yesterday was kind of dead up until I got to the Feeder Creek area. All right, yeah, so second day after a front goes by, looks like we might have them back out in the shallows again. All right, and bear with me, this is also posted as a podcast, so I'll do a lot more talking because I got to give the listeners visually describe, using words instead, what I'm doing here, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm over here by a tree, kind of working an area, just had one little bass, kind of mouthed it, and I didn't really see the strike except when I saw him come up behind it and open his mouth, and actually when I saw the fly disappear, I set the hook, but oh, here we go. One just kind of boiled up behind it. Come on, come back. Shoot. All right, let's try it again. They just kind of boiled up behind it and stopped. Okay, let's see if he'll do it again. Come on, come on. All right, so they may be doing that thing that they do in these ponds at certain times of the day. Throughout the day, they'll start doing a little circle around the whole pond, along the banks, little schools of 2Z, 3Zs. Oh, something just hit over there, and get them to strikes. Let's see if we can coax one again. That was two goes over here that I missed them. One actually was on briefly, the other one kind of came up behind it. Let's keep going. Still doing the short pull retrieve, watching for that strike. There's a good, there he goes right there. That one I set the hook when he hit it, and then he stopped, and then I saw the fly disappear. And that's why I carry these polarized glasses, because the, what do you call it? When I saw that fly disappear, it gave me the indication of, hey, you better set the hook. Set the hook. When in doubt, set the hook. That's key to catching them. All right. There we go. Bass number 2. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the proof ball again and see if I can get an AI measurement later on. Probably post a follow-up community post showing this guy. Okay. All right. But he's probably like maybe 4 or 5 inches. Not very big at all. But that was fun. And it certainly helps my fishing expertise or skill in setting the hook. Okay, and that was the case of I saw the fly disappear. Saw some movement, looked like someone was coming nearby, and then sure enough, I saw that fly disappear, so I said, set the hook. Wonder if other folks on the stream do something similar, and I definitely use pretty much every chance I go fishing. I'll usually have my polarized sunglasses nearby, either at the ready, if not actually wearing them, prepping for one of these moments where the fly disappears and I can see it fairly clearly compared to if I didn't have the glasses on. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to see it at all. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see. Might be able to see a little bit better. So, gotta have polarized glasses. All right, let's walk the bank. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, let's keep going. All right, just pop it over here by these trees and roots. Sometimes there'll be one just kind of lurking right in there. Okay. And I am taking advantage, knowing that I'm fishing this shallow water. I went ahead and decided to go with this particular streamer fly because it'll stay above on the upper part of the water column, and at the same time stay away from that bottom area where there's some vegetation and other things that'll clobber the fly, keep you from getting a hook up, because you'll be spending more time clearing your fly versus actually fishing your fly. Okay, let's pop it out there. Okay. All right. You can see now. I thought I saw something trailing behind it for a moment. Okay. We got a long chat. Let's go check it out. All right. Bear with me. Okay, that works if the fly is in range. You strip it, steady, da 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 da. Yeah, that's what I do. You can watch the fly at the same time. You have to watch all other things. Other times I'll have a strike indicator. When I don't have a strike indicator, I'll look at the end of the fly line and kind of look at that. Also, when you see the line kind of loosen up like so, and then you see a tightness, that's also an indication of a strike. And then when it's really clobbered and everything's all dark and murky, I'll actually fish right here. I'll actually be looking straight down, watching my rod tip, and I'm doing this, and I'm watching for the line to go out, and that's where I'm setting the hook. Because most times, especially fly fishing, I tend to either see, be it the line, the fly, etc., get struck before I actually feel the strike. Unless it's a big one. For the most part, it's that subtle strike that you see. And today, I got polarized glasses, so take advantage. Take advantage. You can see your fly. Pay attention to it. Pay attention also to what's behind it, coming up behind it, as well as any dark movements and whatnot. So yeah, it works. But you can't just rely on the sight of your fly. Okay, all right, so good call out there. And what else we got? Let's see. Maybe there's another fishy. Oh, I need to do a back cast here. Got trees behind me. Okay, over here is a little channel that runs into this canal deal, and sometimes I'll be able to coax some of these bass that are lurking right in that channel area. And it's not very deep. It's about maybe I'd say another foot or two deeper than the surrounding area, but it's just enough structure for the bass that kind of lurk there. Okay. Over here though, it's less than a foot deep. Right in front of me, easily less than a foot. I got some junk on the fly. Let's go clear that out. Okay. Let's clear it. I'm gonna walk to the other side and see what else we got going on. Outfit I'm using, Echo Ion 2-3 weight. I like this line so much, I got the whole line, 2-3 all the way up to the 10-12. And then Cabela's CGR 6'2", 3-piece fiberglass rod, 2-weight weight forward fly line, and a DIY knotted leader. This is one where I just tie a bunch of knots to build my tapered leader, and much cheaper than buying that knotless tapered leader. I really don't use those unless when the cottonwood trees start blooming and kicking out their little cottony things in the water. That's when I'll switch over to a tapered leader, a knotless tapered leader, because those little cottony looking things get on your knot and clobber it big time. All right, let's work our way around. This is the canal area. All right, I'll go over here by this excuse me, by this cove, and we'll kind of peek over here. And maybe a little bit tough because I got all this junk here behind me, but we'll just have to play it by ear. Don't need any really long casts, so let's see where this goes. All right, I'm gonna walk it up. And so 2 bass so far. So 2 bass in 2026. Fish count is on. Oh man, look at all those leaves. That's normally a good spot to try casting to. Okay, but I think I can kind of get maybe a cast or 2 in from up here. Oh, there's a big bass right here. He's about a 3-pounder. Big for here. Let's see if you can see it. Right in here. He's just lurking right there about, yeah, he's still there too. Yeah, he's about maybe, let's see. Can y'all see him? Right there. When I take the polarized sunglasses off, I really can't see him, but I can see his tail now. He's just right here. Let me see if I can get the fly near him. There we go. Let's see if I can bounce it near him and see if I can convince him that he needs to strike this thing. It's kind of, oh, he's moving off. He's moving off. Yeah, he moved off. He don't want to play. Jeez, that would have been one of the bigger ones in this pond. Okay, all right, let's see, wanna collab? Let's see, who is this? Cam Fishing? Yeah, it's a certain point, yeah, I'd love to collab. Been trying to do that Go Live Together stream for a while now, but it seems like a lot of folks aren't able to join sort of my Let's Talk Fishing series. But this is the mobile fishing live stream series where I just come out with my neck harness with the Android phone on and an external mic, and I just start popping away and fishing, and sometimes I get something and sometimes I don't. But today I got two bass. All right, okay, and yeah, that guy was there. All right, well, good to know, good to know. Let's work our way over here now. Hey, all right, Let's go back over here and I'll work into this area and see if I can hook into something. Okay. Oh man, oh man. All right, here's some shallow area. I can see to the bottom. Let's see if I can get one of these cruising bass to strike. Okay, I hope I got the sun in view here, so let's kind of just do a little shaky shake motion here, just kind of get it moving. I do like today versus yesterday. Yesterday they were basically not wanting to play. This whole area, I didn't see hardly any fish except for some bluegill that I caught in one of the ponds where it was a lot more sunnier, so maybe it was a little warmer. And then I did try getting some of these bass that were stacked up over there by the feeder creek. None of them wanted to play. They just kept going back and forth, in and out of the mouth of the feeder. Bluegill as well as bass, and I think at one point I counted about 15 bass just kind of lurking there, all right at the mouth of the feeder creek. All right, but right now, let's see if we can convince something out here to strike. Okay, all right, let's pop it out that way. Okay, short pull retrieves. Sometimes I get the hit on the pause when I'm doing those short pull retrieves. So let's just kind of work our way over. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, we got some folks joining. Let's check it out. All right. Hi, Dave Henry. All right. Thanks for joining. Just trying to catch fish number 3 for 2026. All right. Let's see if we can coax another one out of here. Okay. I'm gonna try working close to this tree first, and then I'll come back around. So at this point, I don't see the fly. Here I'm fishing. Since I don't have a strike indicator, I am using the line itself as my strike indicator, sort of like a line indicator. Watching the end of the line over here for any movement. Could be a pause, could be a tug backwards, could be even it lurching or kind of edging forward in case of them hitting the fly and knocking it forward, putting a little slack in your line. All right. Okay, and yeah, I'm a line watcher. I do the same thing with ultralight bait casting in general. I like those high vis lines. Even when I hit the coast and take out the pier rods and whatnot, or boat rods, I'll have a high vis line. It just makes life much easier when making sure you got your line, your equipment, or your gear set out, rig set out correctly, as well as getting that indication of a strike. All right, come on, Mr. Fishy. Let's pick it up here. Missed hook sets and 2 little bass aren't enough for yours truly's fix today. All right, let's bring it back out. Work it along the edge here. Okay, come on. No takers there. Just do a little quick flop over. Got some people fishing to my right. Let's kind of give them their space. I don't want to clobber their area where they're fishing. So I'll just kind of edge my way up a little bit and keep popping some short roll casting as I get closer. All right, hopefully maybe we can coax one of these little guys that might be lurking in the shallows. It's all shallow here. A foot deep, maybe a foot deep, maybe. Yeah, right here it's inches. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. Okay, let's just put the rod in the water. Okay, it's right just past the second rod guide, so there we go. About 6 inches of water, not much water at all. All right, or depth. Okay. I'm not seeing much activity right now here, so I may kind of cut over in a little bit and head around these folks so I don't mess with them and see if I can get something to strike further down. But before that, let's go ahead and get a couple more casts in. Oh, stepped on the line. Okay, let's do it. Short pull. Let's see if we can get number 3. Let's see if number 3 is ready to play. Come on, fishy. Little shake, snore on the end here just to give it a little liveliness. All right. Just a little liveliness. Okay. Here I can see the fly now that I'm away from the... Oops, sorry. Shoot. Wow, I didn't see them coming behind me. All right. Okay, here I can see the fly. So let's take advantage of that. And I don't see a fish, so... Bummer there. Okay. All right, we're clear. Okay. Pop it out there. Yeah, I got to make sure I cleared my back cast because it does get busy here. All right, let's go back here. Come on. Let's see it. All right. let's go across. All right. Oh, I got all tangled now. Let me untangle it. All right, there we go. It's clear. Any luck? No? What are you using? Rooster tails? All right. And they were slow yesterday. They were all stacked up at the feeder creek, but they didn't want to hit anything after the front. And then today they're moving. I got a couple.
Oh, yeah, you got a couple today?
Yeah.
I got a couple bites over in that pond.
Yeah. Where she's at right now, there's a probably 3-pounder I just spooked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he didn't want to hit. Yeah. But it's warming up. So yesterday it was nothing. Wait. Okay. What was that?
Me and her came out here on a day where it was like 30-mile-an-hour winds. We're like, no, we're not catching anything out here.
What were you using? The rooster tails again?
Rooster tails out there. It
okay.
Was like 30-mile-an-hour winds, freezing cold. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. What size rooster tail?
Just a little one.
Let's see, 1/8, 1/8. Try the 1/16. Yeah. You're using spin casting gear. So this is what I was using the other day, trout magnets. There's your Mepsanglia, that's usually good. And then here's the rooster tails. The white I just mainly use because I want to see the lure, you know, and it's easier to see white. But the one that I typically like using is their Fire Tiger. It's the one with the chartreuse and orange and the gold blade. 1/16 ounce also, and just fish it slow. And then these guys will hit, especially when things warm up. So like these next couple of days, I think it's going to stay warm. They'll be here. Oh yeah. Good luck. All righty. Let's keep going. All right. Basilito. Let's see if we can get Mr. Bite. So rooster tails, that's what I like using. Trout magnets, especially here with this ultralight gear. Big thing though is when that front came in, it kind of put them all closed mouth. Okay. And right now I'm not seeing much activity in the shallows at all. Okay, all right, let's try back over here, and there's a hit. Shoot, he struck it and I missed the strike. He came up and just kind of swiped it. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, let's do it again. Fishy, come on, let's see if he'll do it again. They tend to do that. They'll come into the shallows and kind of lurk there. But there's some bigger ones in here. Definitely some bigger ones. And let's see. Oh, jeez, he was there. He swiped it. That would have been probably a 1/2-pounder. See if he'll come back again. Holy cow, I can't believe he did that. I hope you guys saw that. He kind of swirled on it. Okay, there he goes. All right, that's a different one. That's a little guy. The other guy was much bigger. I'm saying that now. Jeez, he doesn't count. Bummer. Okay, all right, what do you got here? All right, Jesse Hunter, outstanding. Thank you for the gift. We fishing for chat. We fishing for anything that bites but bass. Saw trout appears. No, we're not the trout. Do you want me to shout you out? I don't know. You mean do one of those go live togethers? Just give me put a time. I got some time here in the next few days, and I can set up one of those go live things. I've been trying to do that. What I do is I'll put a go live together join link, and I got some other channels, and usually I use that other channel to put another camera on and kind of demo some particular thing I'm showing, be it a fly tying or some gear. And if someone pings me, I can have them join the link. Just so far it looks like everyone was either at their day jobs when I was streaming, so they weren't able to join. So yeah, I'll probably set something up here. Be awesome. Mainly talk fishing, that's really the thing, and getting a feel for what you guys may know, and even kind of play the subject by ear. Right now I'm just kind of laying low, taking advantage of the warmer weather and enjoying some, like right there, one just kicked off from the shallows, and I was able to get a round of fishing or two in between some of these colder spells. But I'm hoping to hit maybe a pond that is stocked with some trout here in the next few. I was trying for the Blue River back in Oklahoma for another trip there, but I may have to wait a little bit longer. Okay, let's keep working it here. One moved here in the shallows. Let's see if we'll get them to come out. Water's real clear here, I can see, but I'm not seeing much movement, so I'm gonna kind of poke it out here again and see if we can coax another one to come and hit. All right, no. Okay, let's pop it out this way. And this is a fairly light landing fly. There's not much weight to it. It's basically the hook, the hackle, and that's it. And it pretty much just kind of sinks below the surface. If I fish it dry during the summer months, I'll put on some floatant, dry fly floatant, treat it so it'll act more like one of those dragonflies that kind of flit about in the summer months. And yeah, I'll take it out there and they'll start striking on the surface. That's pretty cool when they do that. All right, let me just pop it over here by these rocks. Sometimes there's one or two just kind of lurking over here on the other side of this rocky area. All right, let's go further out. I'm gonna slow the retrieve down, see if I can get them to pop up behind it again like that other one did. Okay. And here I'm still, Magdola. Got me a branch, tree fish. All right. Okay, and I am using 2-pound test mono, so I gotta be careful. If I do get a good one, I need to set the hook quickly, because if he swallows the hook on me, I don't have much time before he abrades the little 2-pound test line and cuts me off. Wind's starting to pick up though. I don't think we're getting another front though. What do we got here? Wow, what kind of line is that? It looks like yarn. It's a 2-weight fly line. Yeah, 2-weight. Or no, 3-weight. It's a 3-weight, but I am using a 2-weight fly rod. Get this, and all that is one saddle hackle, palmer wrapped around, and a size 8 hook. Okay. If I'm going for smaller, even smaller, like the bluegill, I'll drop it to a size 10. Size 8 seems to be a good one for fishing these ponds. If I'm actually targeting some of these bigger guys at some of these other ponds I fish, I'll go with a size 6. Okay. Here I'm just gonna do these short pull retrieves. I can see my line, I can see my fly. I'm just gonna keep poking away at it, see if one will come up behind it again. Nope, doesn't look at that time, but we'll kind of keep working at it. Over here is a culvert and a point, and on that point, a lot of times the bass will kind of stage right over here. So you can cast your fly just on the edge of that point. Sometimes you can get one of these guys to pop out and hit it. And then there's these roots over here to the right. Sometimes you'll get Mr. Bass to come out and hit it as well. See if I can pop it out there. Okay, see if I can get one of them to come off the point. Nope, I am stuck. Looks like on I see it. It looks like some branches, part of the root system that's coming through here. Okay, and there's a deep culvert here. And sometimes I tried fishing this the other day, thinking that maybe the bass will be lurking there. Oh, I may lose this guy. Shoot, I may lose this fly. And of course, I only have one. Let's see. Yep, I lost him. Okay, 2-pound test. Sacrifice to the fish gods, or to the pond gods. Let's see what I got lurking in the fly box here. Let's see. I may have another one of those guys in here. Yeah, this is still clobbered from the other day when I went fishing on the blue. All right, I don't see any of them. All right, let's see what else is lurking in here. All right, it's funny, I can see my fly too right there. All right, what's in this thing? Look at that. I got another one, but it looks like it's a size 6. Definitely much bigger fly than what I've just been using on that size 8. Okay, well, let's not mess with a streak, and let's go back to this fly right here. And we're just gonna gut it out with a bigger size hook. Maybe that might help with the larger size fish, maybe. Hint, 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 that yours truly might be able to hook into while I'm here. All right, there we go. Okay, let's see. All right, and this 2-pound test. Very, 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 very. So, and I've been using this uni knot to tie these. Been using the improved clinch for years, but for some reason, this small tip, it tends to break on me, if not, what do you call it? Doesn't hold as well as the uni knot. So I've been switching to the uni knot back and forth really. But at this point, I'm gonna tie on an uni knot. Okay. All right, that's on. And we'll go ahead and cut that piece off. And here you can see what I mean by it being a dry fly when I put some dry fly floating. So I'm just gonna pop it there, and right there it's kind of, oh, actually it sank. Okay, cool. All right, it's mainly just got to get it to sink. All right, there we go. It's sinking. All right. Let me flop it over here. The other day I saw some bass that were lurking just over here to my right. Bear with me. I got to do one of these back cast things. There we go. Let's see if I can coax another one of these guys to pop it here. They were just kind of lurking in these roots. See if there's one lurking still here. All right. I'll just walk it up slowly. Walk it up slow again. There we go. Nope. All right, let me just pop it out again. Having to do some roll casting because I got this tree right above me. I'm actually underneath the tree right now and trying to do a weird cast, just really trying to get the fly in the water without hooking into a tree behind me or above me. Some junk on down. man. Look at that. Live stream city, buddy. There we go. One of my rod sections came loose, so let me go and put it back on. All right. Oh, yeah. Perils of live streaming. See everything. Mistakes and all, no editing here. You get the full Monty. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me get out of here first, and we'll go ahead to the back pond. Okay. All right. Bear with me. These cypress knees, man, I tell you, they really like to grab onto your line. Okay, let me take up some of this line. Wind's kicking up too. All right, maybe we can coax another bass or two to strike before it gets too chilly. I think the individual I was talking with earlier, he had come out when the wind was blowing 30 something and temperatures were dropping. That's probably when that front came in the other day. All right, let's go back over here. I'm gonna work this shallow area and then over here to the right by this drainage deal. Okay, I'm hoping that maybe they're tending shallow still. All right, let me make sure this is clear. Yeah, okay. All right, so we got some folks on. Let's check it out. All right, watch the ducks. They tell you where the fish are moving. When you catch a bass, will you come over and share it with me? Bass, okay, well, let's stick the catch at a bass and see what happens. All right. Okay, yeah, the other day, it seemed to be, this back pond seemed to be a lot more active with fish compared to the other ponds. But when I say more active, it was actually over there by the feeder creek. Everything else, I didn't see hardly anything. Now the wind's picking up, so let's just work it fast and see if we can coax one to strike. All right, this is my last fly of this pattern. The crackleback variant. Just lost that other one to a snag. And water's deeper here, but I don't see any movement or activity. So let's see if we can just kind of coax a fish to come out and hit it. All right, let me take it out a little bit further. Let's see if something's lurking back in here. Come on, take it. Back out there. Let's see it. Let's see it. No, come on. Okay, all right, let's go back over here and work this area. Let me pick up my line. Okay, all right, and then maybe get one to strike over here in this one section. Stand back from the bank. All right, I gotta clear my line. Okay, what do we got here? What lure, what bait? Hate that. What city? City of Allen in Texas. What lure? It's a fly, crackleback variant that I call the single hackle fly right here this is a size 6 hook versus the size 8 I was using earlier. Basically one saddle hackle tied Palmer wrap style onto the shank of a 3X or 2X streamer hook. And when I fish it wet like this, it's mimicking a little minnow darting through the water or some kind of bait fish and whatnot. When I'm fishing it dry with some dry fly floating to add more buoyancy to the pattern, then it's more like one of the little dragonflies and whatnot that'll be flitting about come the warmer months of the year. Very versatile fly, very simple fly. If you're going to learn how to fly tie, this is probably one you want to learn to tie. Take a look at it. I did a demo of it live as well as I think I've got a repost of one on the channel. Just look for, I think it's called crystalback or single saddle hackle fly. Yeah, it's in there. Give it a look and you can see how easy it is to tie. And for those that are experienced at it, it's just basically a streamer hook, some Dacron tying thread, and then color of the saddle hackle. Just kind of look for the ongoing pattern of bait fish or dragonflies you got in the particular area you're fishing. There's one that looked at it. Oh, he came up behind it. Jeez, he kind of tailed it, mouthed it. Okay, came up behind it and kind of nipped it. There we go. All right, let's kind of work this area real quick. There's some folks over here to my right that are doing their little frisbee golf thing, so I'm gonna let them clear the area before I move on. All right, okay, I'll just stick with these short pull retrieves for now and let's see where it takes us while we're waiting for the area to clear. Okay, all right, and I did have some pretty good hits or takes when I did this short pull retrieve and paused. On the pause, I kind of saw this sort of little weight come up behind it and had the strike, so that was good. And then right at the tail end, I'll just kind of bring it in and with a little twitchy action like so. To give it a little something something. Time of day is that you saw a bass lurking the other day. Content. Let me think. It was like about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah. And it was one of those weird ones where we had that front come through, and I noticed over the years they'll just go to that feeder creek and kind of lurk there until things warm up a little. So, but yeah, there was a good amount of them, and none of them wanted to play. All right, let's see. Keep working this here. I'm gonna move over to the right. The folks are still doing their frisbee golf. To my right here. Here's what I'm talking about. Frisbee golf. All right. I don't want to come up on them, and I'm flinging a fly rod or fly line while they're trying to do the little golfy thing. All right, let's see what we got. All right, continue this. Basically rinse and repeat. Cast it out, bring it in. Cast it out, bring it in. See if we can find one of these guys that are lurking here. And it's one of those ones where you're not getting hardly anything, and then bang, something happens. All right, I am gonna have to be careful here because there's a lot of grass and whatnot that could clobber my line, if not get me snagged. That's how I lost my other one. And I'm down to my last crackleback variant here. Lose this one, I'll have to switch to something else. And I kind of like this one right now for this. Oh, wait a minute. I think I might have lost it already. Let's see. Oh, no, it's still there. Okay. All right. Okay, they moved out. All right, let's try right over here. Okay. All right, where are you guys at? It's kind of weird. I thought it was going to be one of these sunny days. We had some sun earlier and then got overcast. Wait a minute. Shadow was right behind it. Kind of looked at it, turned away. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, no. Pop it over. All right. All right, so now we're coming to the back area of the back pond, and this area is all maybe max a foot deep. It's not very deep at all back in here. Not until you get to the feeder creek area. I've been fishing this place 20 plus years, and over the years it's gotten definitely shallower because of the runoff and sedimentation. And the last pond that they dredged here was the lower pond, which is behind me. There's 4 ponds here, and so we're going to work this area again. That's the main reason why I'm using this fly or this pattern that has no weight, and it's basically staying inches below the surface, if not closer to the surface, is because I'm fishing shallow water. Okay, so here maybe a couple of feet deep, and then back here it's going to start getting shallow again. Okay, and when it's sunny, I'm doing a lot of sight casting, looking for some of these guys. When it's overcast like so, I'm mainly looking for activity, some movement. In the case of if I'm got my fly in the water or my lure in the water, I'm looking for any indication of a fish that might be trailing it or reacting to it as I cast, okay, or as I fish it. Okay, got some people to my right. Let's hold off on going there. They got their doggy with them. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, got some wind. I can take advantage of that. Someone just lost something, it looks like. So easy roll cast with this thing when the wind's behind you. Like this, you can just kind of poof, and then it just shoots out there. I got a couple. Are
they good size or what?
No, they're little guys. How about you? Nothing. Wow. What are you using? Plastic baits? Okay. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a fair amount of folks. It's January 1, day off for some folks, so take advantage of getting a day out on the water. Look at these Canadian geese here. Oh wait, I hit another tree limb here. All right, let's go work over here back by the culvert and then by the feeder creek, and then we'll work our way back again to the other side. Pretty much pressure's off for me right now. I got 2 fish to mark the beginning of 2026. So I didn't strike out, and mojo's on, hopefully. I did miss a few, but I am feeling a drop in the temperature, or that could be just the wind picking up. And geez, I'm all tangled. And I'm hoping that is not causing the bite to slow down, because it was certainly decent earlier. All right, what do we got? Good luck. All right, thanks. Okay, yeah. I gotta let it sink some. Okay, this one's pretty deep here. There's a culvert here and some deeper water. And usually I'll fish this one with a heavier fly and an indicator and kind of work it for some bluegill. I think there's been times where I've come out here in the winter, there's like 50 bluegill just lurking right in here. And the water is crystal clear. See all the way to the bottom, and you can actually see them taking your fly. So that's pretty fun, coming out, getting a little fishy action in the middle of winter. All right, but I'm snagged right here. Let me see if I can get out of here. All right, got it. All right, there we go. Okay, that's the feeder creek. That's where they were stacked up the other day, right at the mouth of the feeder creek. So I'm gonna walk up and we'll see if I can maybe convince one to strike this thing if they're still kind of lingering in the feeder creek. And water is about inches to a foot, and they'll drop off to about maybe 4 to 6 feet because there is a little culvert drainage thing that comes through here as well. All right, and usually what I do is I'll stand off where I'm, I don't know, maybe 20 feet from the bank right now, and I'll just drop the fly right in here, and I'll just kind of let it do its thing, and then I'll just recast it. Okay, and I'm mainly trying to stay away because they could be right here in inches of water. All right, the other day there was about 1 to 2 pound bass all just kind of lingering right here. None of them wanted my fly, but now today it looks like they've cleared out, or maybe they're back into the main part. Oh, one just chased it. Okay, one just chased it. Okay, let's see if I can get them to come back. Okay, all right, I'm looking in the feeder creek right now, and I don't see anything lurking there, not even the little guys. So let's start walking up a little bit further up here, and I'm gonna start working this side and across. All right, and I got the wind behind me. Even though I got this little 2-weight fiberglass fly rod, you can see how I can easily cast with this. And yeah, I'll take advantage of the wind any chance I get. All right, I mean, I'm across. There's no problem here. If I need to take advantage of the wind to get where my fly is, that's all good. Because what's the rule of thumb about your fly casting ability? Can you catch fish? I don't care how bad or ugly it is. If you still can catch fish and you're catching it consistently, okay, I ain't gonna complain. People shouldn't complain. Just go ahead and fish. You're doing your thing, all right? And here, I'm getting easy casts across here, but yes, I have a wind right coming over my left shoulder, and it is no problem getting this thing across. There's been other times where I've been fishing in this direction, or the same direction, but the wind's blowing in there, and the howling wind and everything, and I think I had an 8-weight with me, and I was still having just major issues trying to get it across. But this little 2-weight with the wind with me, look at that, I'm all the way across again. Okay, fly line's there, my leader is basically right near shore, and I don't see these bass that were here yesterday. So what's that tell me? It tells me that maybe they went in the other part of the pond. All right, since it is a warmer day. But before we move on, I need to work it just a little bit more here. See if I can convince one of these guys to strike. All right, no. All right, let's pop it out this way. All right, so here, about 6, 4, 2 foot deep. Back over here is about 2 and then 1, and then less and less, all the way back out that way. So this is kind of like a little hole that you can take advantage of to maybe catch some of these guys lurking below. A lot of times I'll come here in the warmer months and just have a good old time catching these bluegill on dry flies, be it foam spiders, foam grasshoppers, dry flies, the whole bit. Just all in here. They're stacked up in here doing the little spawny thing or whatever that they do that time of year. I think it's like March or April. It's more April for the bluegill. For the bass, that's more of a it could range as early as February, depending on if we get some warmer months. But typically that's about March, April, into May sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna walk the feeder creek real quick, just see what's lurking over there, come across, and then work a way around and see if we can get something in that direction. All right. And I'm gonna just keep playing around. You know, this is fishing, and this is I call it the mobile fishing live stream in real life. So no editing, and hopefully some good engagement with you guys. Alrighty. Okay, looks like we got Michael Taylor. Howdy, howdy. Looks like Margaret was on there. Good luck. All right, thanks. All right, thanks for joining. Okay, and then I'll post this on Spotify so you can listen to the action. I'm trying to describe as much as I can of what I'm doing. And then also do some editing and do a long form version of it, video that I'll post. So it kind of gives you multiple opportunities to see how the day went on. And usually I'll grab some highlights out of here for any YouTube shorts. A bunch of little guys in here, and this hook is way too big for them. Let's go back over here. Another part of the feeder creek that I like coming to. Usually come here to get my bait. But right now, I just want to see what's lurking below. Okay, I see some little bluegill again. I don't see any of the bigger bass. There's been times when we have some heavy rains and whatnot, and we'll get these bass up here in the feeder creek. But yeah, right now there's no way these guys are going to strike this size 6 hook. This guy's a little. All right, time for me to do some adventuresome stuff here and ford the river. And when I say ford the river, this is probably the most narrow portion of the river, or the feeder creek, right here. So bear with me. We're going through the forest, the woods, and across the river, and made it to the other side. All right, well, that was adventurous, wasn't it? I'm getting punchy because I haven't caught a fish in a while, just those two. And these guys are over here doing their frisbee golfing, so I gotta wait for them. All right, let's see. Love to see people fish in January. Yeah, it's awesome. Normally I'm actually going for trout, but we've had a lot of warm days here and warm spells, enough to pull out the warm weather gear or warm weather fishing gear and going for it. Let's see how this guy does. Close, close, close. All right, I'm just gonna trail behind them while they do their thing, because I mainly want to go past them to that one cove and try fishing that particular spot. But they've got 2 sets of places to do their golf thing here and then back over there. So I may just walk around them. All right, let's walk around them. Yeah, it's like a frisbee golf park also. I don't know how many holes it has. I think maybe 9. There's one here. There's one over there on the other side of the corner. There's one over there, so that's 3 off the bat. There's a 4th one back over here. It's funny, a lot of times when the guy set up over here to go to this other hole over here, a lot of times you'll see the frisbee go right into the water here. And yesterday when I was out here, one guy had his go into the water, and he had this pretty cool tool that telescopes, and it had a ball-like thing on the end of it, but it had suction cups, and he used it to basically get his frisbee using that little suction cup dealie on his tool there. All right, where are you? Here in North Carolina. It's a little cold. They're still biting. I'm in Texas, and just got over a cold front, and got a few more days of warm again, and then it'll drop back down, and then it'll come through again. It's that off and on time. We really don't get cold till come the latter part of January, February, when we start getting a lot of freezes. But it's still unusually warm for this time of year for us. All right, I'm gonna skip this spot because these guys are gonna be golfing it soon. This is a spot I like coming to in the warmer months also. It's a shallow area as well, maybe 2 foot, but I've caught many well, let's go ahead and try it real quick. Caught many a fish here. Let's see if I can get a cast or 2. I think they still got to go to that one hole, so maybe a little bit. And I'm casting into the wind, so I may have to do a little push on the rod to get it going. There we go. All right, and here I'm just going to do these short pulls again and see if I can coax one to strike. It was warmer when I started, so I'm wondering maybe if the bite slowed down because of it. We'll soon find out. Okay. All right, but right now I've got 2 fish for 2026. Trying to go for number 3. And let's see, we had some takers, but I did not get the solid hook set on them. All right, okay, so let's keep going. All right, more. What else is here? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Jump. No, I don't do that. It's not one of those live streams where they do a bunch of daring stuff. Nah, you gotta go somewhere else. Just here to fish. Okay, go fishy. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Okay, let's see if Mr. Bass wants to play still. I did get a couple of bluegill the other day too, and that kept me from striking out on the last day of 2025. All right, can't end the year with a skunk and can't begin the year with a skunk. All right, working it fairly fast at this point. Just trying to get back over here to this side, and then I think we'll be close to where we started, and I'll probably close it out at that point. Well, let's try here real quick. Okay. All right. It's shallow here, inches again. Okay. And in the warmer months, what's pretty cool about this is it's like clockwork. Right around sunset, about 30 minutes before, they all just start coming in here and start feeding on a bunch of these bait fish, these little bass and whatnot. And it's like clockwork. And then February, even January, sometimes there'll be this weird hatch that'll happen where these little bugs and whatnot will start coming up off the water. And next thing you know, if you get you a little, I think it's Adams or Royal Wolf, one of the dry flies, and you just plop it out there, you get some pretty good strikes. Oh, look at that right there. Jeez, spooked one right here. Dang it, didn't do my rule of thumb, which was clear the area before I start fishing it. And so normally I would stand off of the bank and start fishing it from away from the bank before. But this time I walked right up to it, and sure enough, I spooked one. He was right there. I'm a bummer. And who knows? Maybe we can get another one to strike. Let's work it down this way, parallel the bank here. Let's see if we can coax one to strike. Man, big time tree fish. All right, yeah, if I'm an expert at something, I'm an expert at catching trees. You name it, it could be the lone tree behind me and I'll still hook that baby. So yeah, I'm an avid fisherman, not an expert, but I would say maybe I am an expert at tree fishing, because I've lost many fly and lures to these snags and whatnot. All right. This one's really on there too. Holy cow. Look at this. Poke away at it. All right, there we go. I think I buried it. This is that 2-pound test line, so I gotta be very careful in damaging it, because any little nick and I could be the deal breaker in landing a decent fish. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and reset. Okay. All right, nice. Spooked that one. Holy cow. Let's see, what lake are you fishing? We're here at Bethany Lakes. There's 4 ponds here at the Bethany Lakes Park, and I'm in the main pond. I was just at the back pond, and then back over there is the Horseshoe Pond, and that is where they stock trout December 4 of 2025. Caught some trout there, but haven't been fishing it too often. It's cold back in December when they stocked. It gets chilly. Right now I'm in short sleeves. It was 72 when I drove up, but I think the temperature's dropped just slightly. Wind is kind of blowing, but I did get a couple of bass, so 2 bass to start 2026 in, so I like that. And right now I'm getting at least some fish activity here, so the chance of getting number 3 is still there. All right. Let's work our way around. All right, let's check the chat. All right, just got home from 12 days of offshore. Awesome, nice. What did you catch? And which offshore were you fishing? All right, let's go back here. Shallow, and then a slight slope. There's a channel here that runs about 6 to 10 feet out, kind of edges the bank. Got a leaf. Okay, got it off. All right. I'm gonna pop it out here, kind of check the area first, see if there might be another one lurking here in the shallows. Okay, or I spooked that one earlier, hoping I can convince another one to strike. All right, let's see it. Okay, all right, I'm trying to work that one channel thing that's right out here where I'm at right now, kind of taking the curvature of the pond. No takers there. Okay. Pop it out this way. See if something's lurking over here, maybe. Nope. Okay. Last time I got some little guys playing around here. Let's see if there's another little guy. There he goes. I thought it was there, a little guy. Mr. Bass, number 3. Looks like a spotted bass. All right. Yeah, look at that. Looks like 3 to mark today, 1 of 2026. All right, let's go and grab the old proof ball. Get it right there so I can get a little snapshot of it later and estimate its size. It's not very big. It's not very big at all, but it is fun. And like I was saying, he was right here along the rocks, about maybe 4 or 5 foot off the bank. So a lot of times you fish these ponds, the fish are not out there deep, all lingering over here close to shore. All right, let's see if I can get another one to kind of pop out at it. That one I saw him, my fly, and I saw him come up behind it and take it, and then I saw the fly disappear completely, so I set the hook at that point. Here I don't see the fly, so I'm mainly just watching the end of my fly line now. Now I see the fly. Okay, let's go take it back out. Let's go further out now and see what happens. Let's see if Mr. Basilito wants to play. Okay, a little shake, shake, shake at the end. Okay, no takers. Let's go back out. Stepping on my line. Let me clear it. Okay, all right. What do we got? Star Patrol to Ground Control, International, etc., etc. Okay. Florida Keys, nice. Florida Keys. Okay, let's see. Oh, this certainly is not offshore fishing here. This is ultralight fly fishing. It's even got the, it doesn't have the reel seat, it's got the Tennessee mount. Okay, it's a fun rod, fun outfit, little two weight, 6'2" fiberglass Cabela's CGR rod. I got it before they merged with Bass Pro. All right, okay, all right, let's come on, take it. No, something moved over here to my left. Let's cast to it. Because another rule of thumb about fishing, where there's fish movement, you cast to it. All right, okay, all right, let's do one more in this direction, back down this bank. Shoot, got away from me. And then we'll hook the leaf, and then we'll come back around on the other side and fish it on the other side of that tree. It's all shallow here, but believe me, I have caught so many fish in this shallow water. There's a hit right there. He just came up right behind it. Yeah, I saw the telltale of a wake. He's like, yeah, I'll take that. All right, bass number 4, 2026 bass number 4. Liking it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And it's, let's go ahead and proof ball them. Proof ball. Let's see. There we go. Go back out a little bit here. Let's do that. What about that? All right, let's go put them back in the water. And like I was saying, this is a very simple pattern. Streamer hook, Dacron tying thread, a single saddle hackle, color of your choice. Just really match it to the pattern of with the predominant bait fish or bugs that are flying about, and that's it. And you can fish it wet, you can fish it dry. When I fish it wet, I don't do any dry fly floating. When I fish it dry, of course, I'll add some dry fly floating, and mainly that's during the warmer months when I'm specifically targeting some bass and bluegill that are feeding on these damselfly / dragonfly that are in these ponds. It's this little, I don't know, it's this thing that looks like that saddle hackle all wrapped up in whatnot. It's got wings and stuff, and it flies about, but for some reason, when they fall on the water, it looks like a saddle hackle that is sitting on the surface. And so I've used that many times now for bass with dry flies. All right, let's go back here in the shallow. That other one hit it fairly shallow. He must have been lurking over there in the rocks. Okay, let's do one more behind me, then I'm gonna go across to the to where that tree was, where I just caught that one, and let's see if we can coax another one to strike on this side before we go. Got me a leaf. Sorry, a little twitchy action. Okay, let's go to the other side. All right, go right here. I'm gonna go other side of this tree. I caught that one right out there. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on the other side of this tree and see if I can locate one that may be lurking shallow again. And I'm gonna stand off from the bank since there might be one lurking here. So I'm standing about maybe 15 feet from the bank, and I'm just kind of tossing the fly ahead of me, kind of clearing the area in case there might be one lurking nearby. And slowly I'm walking up to the bank. Okay, all right, I think we're cleared enough. Wait a minute, look at this. I think I finally broke off the fly with that 2-pound test. Yeah, I broke off. Bummer, I don't have any more of those. What do I got left? Maybe something I have that can ride high on the water. Let's see. Ooh, I don't have any streamers. All these are some heavier streamers that I got in here. Let's see, I might have a Guadalupana. Oh, here we go. All right, this one might work. It's one of my lighter flies. It's got a little jig head on it, but I think it's at 1/24 ounce. So this is called a near deer, olive near deer. It's one that I've caught many a on, as well as a number of bass over the years, and it looks very close, if not the same as a woolly bugger. Just really it's tied with a jig fly hook instead of your normal streamer hook with a bead head or with some lead wire to give it the weight. So instead it's that jig fly that's going to give it the weight. All right, I'm going to use an improved clinch on this one. Hopefully it'll hold. Normally I'm using that uni knot. Seems to hold better. Okay, I think I almost got it. I don't know. I don't like that knot. Thing didn't look right. This 2-pound test is very, very touchy. All right, let me see. I may go back to the uni knot here. Seems to hold better for this particular fly. All right, bear with me. I'm just trying to get it retied. I lost my fly. Crackleback variant. That's a deadly fly. And if you do have the chance to check out the demo video I did, take a look at it and tie you one and let me know how it did for you. I have been pleasantly pleased with it. So what happened was I was using a crackleback, true crackleback, and I was catching some bass, and then I ended up breaking off, losing the fly. So I went to go tie one, and I was watching how they tie it, and I was like, there's a lot of steps here. There's a lot of material that I really think don't matter. And so that's where I brought it down to basically that one saddle hackle is all that really matters, and tie it on there palmer wrapped, and it can look like a minnow, and it can look like, or it could look like one of those damselflies or dragonflies. So I'll tend to learn to tie a pattern the correct way, or the recipe provided, and then along the way, as well as if I'm missing material, I'll just kind of wing it and either substitute something else with it for that material, or in some cases I'll just forego that particular material and just say, hey, I'm gonna fish it without it. Let's see if I still get fish. And if it works, it works. I'll keep tying it that way. If it doesn't work, then I won't tie it that way. And so in the case of the single feather crackleback variant, it works. It works. So I'm not really going to change that pattern much. Here I got to fish this one a lot faster because it'll sink deeper and it'll definitely bounce the bottom, if not hook the bottom quicker. So I'm going to do a faster retrieve. And let's see if I may have to coax it out a little bit further, and maybe there's something out there too that wants to strike. So let's go ahead and cast out there. All right, Mr. Fishy, talk to me. Let's get one more to call it. So far it's been 4 bass. 2026, had several missed strikes, had one throw the hook on me, and all on that crystalback variant, crackleback variant. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna try getting a cast or two over here before I move on to the next spot. Here's some people walking up on me, so I need to be careful with my back cast. All right, let me go take up some line, see who's behind me. All right, we got people walking. Perils of fishing community ponds and whatnot is folks will walk behind you, and you gotta just heed your back cast. All right, let's go back over here. Hi, how's it going? What do we got here? Let's see, Endurcott, Melvin. If you get any, you can scratch them. Okay, let's go over here. And what time is it? Oh, it's getting late. Holy cow! Just realized it's getting late. All right. This may be the last go around right here in this spot. Dang, time flies when you're having fun. Oh, I just spooked one right here. Jeez. And look, I did the same thing again, where I walked up on the spot before actually clearing the area. Dang it, not listening to my own advice. Man. Okay, let's see what this little olive near deer will do while we give it a few more casts before I have to call it. Okay, all right, let's work it close, see if maybe there's one lurking close by. Something just bubbled up over here. Oh, he took it. That was a little guy. Bass number 5 for 2026 is gonna be a small guy. This one went for the olive near deer. Okay, now when I had to, again, fish it a little bit faster because it is got heavier weight on it. And then the other thing is this one I saw the hook set because I saw bass take the fly, kind of swooped on it and turned, kind of did a swirl. And when I saw the swirl, that's when I pulled back on the rod and hooked them. All right. So, and I saw some movement, so I cast to where I saw some movement, fish activity. And lo and behold, I got me a little bass. Okay. All right. I hear somebody behind me saying, "Come on, baby." I think they're talking to the ducks. Oh yeah, ducks. Feeding the ducks. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see if I can get another one of them. All right. Let's move up over here. If you take up fly fishing, you got to take up fly tying also. And the reason why I say do that is because if you learn to fly tie a particular pattern that one of your favorite patterns that you use a lot and lose a lot, by tying your own, you'll fish more aggressively. Like right now, I've got this near deer on, and if I bought some expensive fly, I'd be kind of hesitant in casting it underneath these branches and possibly getting hooked onto one of the tree roots. But since I tie this, and I've got like 20 right now, I'll just drop it right in there. And I'm in, I'm not, all right? And it just kind of, you got to practice it. And in the case of false casting, I tend not to false cast too much, except when I'm using this fiberglass rod, the little 2-weight fiberglass. It does have a slower action. Old timer had told me way back when he was watching me casting, he said, I can't catch a fish if I keep my fly out of the water. So instead of doing a bunch of false casts, just cast it on that first one back cast, one forward cast, and go. Sure enough, I was finding that I was casting just as far. But other times I'll use a false cast here just to gauge the distance, especially when it's a spawn season and you got all this junk here growing in the water, and then you see these holes where the bass are spawning. I'll use a bunch of false casts to kind of judge the distance. So let's say I want to cast over there underneath that tree, but let's say there's a bass lurking there. I'll use a bunch of false casts just to judge how much line I need, and then I'll let go once I see that I've got it there, just like in this case. So I just dropped it underneath that tree below the branches. That one right there, I got it right on the branch. Okay, that one's right where I needed to. But you see, because I tie these flies myself, I have a problem sitting there just yanking away, and because of that, I've become much better at accuracy in the cast and judging the casting my fly. At the same time, I've caught more fish that way. All right, so yeah, you take up fly fishing. Once you get to your favorite fly that you like using, take up fly tying and learn that pattern. There's a hit. Missed them. And learn that pattern, and then tie a bunch of those flies, and then get out there and fish and lose a bunch of them, catch a bunch of fish, lose a bunch of those flies. You'll become a better fly fisherman, okay? Because you'll be aggressive. So right here, I got trees, branches, and I'm just gonna yank away right there. Put it right over here underneath it. And that's one particular spot over the years where I've seen spawning bass right in this spot. I'll just kind of judge it, okay, right there, okay, bang, dropped it. And then I wait for the hook set. Of course, I got my polarized glasses on too, so I can see the fly being taken. All right, well, I didn't realize how late it is, and time flies when you're having fun. Certainly appreciate you guys joining today. It's been a fun session. Hopefully we'll do more of these in 2026. I call it the mobile fishing live stream, IRL, in real life. And bottom line, sometimes I hook up, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm using a fly rod, other times I'm using ultralight bait casting gear. Other times I'm using a hand line. I got a hand line. I got some of that too. And then center pin fishing too. When I am kayak fishing though, I do a restream there. Or if I'm in areas where I don't have good coverage, I'll do a restream or premiere, as I was told by some of the viewers. Even though I put down restream in the thumbnail, and it also said it was a rebroadcast. Apparently they didn't quite understand that I was doing a live Q&A, listening in on people streaming the video. Ever since now then, I just say it's a premiere. All right, so stay tuned for those two. And, oh, wait a minute. Okay, there's a nice depression there. Let's see. I think there might be something lurking here. Let's see. Let me see. Can you guys see? Put the polarized glasses on. Right there, there's a little depression. No. Okay. I thought there was a bass in it, but I don't see one. And that's your classic case of come spawning time, you'll see these discolorations in the water. That's a good indication of right there. You look for that come spring, summer, and you might have a good chance at bass that's lurking there during the spawn. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Until next time, I'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing. Happy New Year.